Favorite NFL player is going to be Sean Lee.
And I like Sean Lee.
Sean Lee for the Dallas Cowboys.
Favorite Penn State player's got to be Sean Lee. He's really tearing it up in Dallas.
Welcome back to the Blue White Tailgate. Now we transition to the National Football League. We're joined by former Nittany Lion linebacker, now Dallas Cowboys linebacker Sean Lee. Sean, welcome. It's great to see you again.
Hello.
Sean, let's first of all talk about the transition. You know, when you were in high school, obviously you played safety, you go to Penn State, they make you a linebacker, so there was a dramatic transition. What about the transition to the speed of the National Football League? What has that been like for you?
It's definitely been a little bit, it's been tough in some ways. I mean, obviously the game's faster, but what I've noticed is that everybody at the position is just a little bit better. I mean, you're playing against the best guys in the world at what they do. But then you also see some of these wideouts, some of these tight ends on a weekly basis who are pretty much wide receivers. You know, we're playing against two really good tight ends this week with the Patriots, and both those guys, they run routes like wide receivers. So you have to be on your game. You always have to be working on your technique every day to get better.
Next part for you is we talk about the transition part to the NFL for you. What about the professional part of it? I mean, in college, you enjoy a college life as much as you dedicated yourself to football. What about now the professional side of the business of pro football?
Well, it's definitely a true job when it comes to your day-to-day schedule. I mean, you're up early. You know, for me, it's usually 12 hours. I'm in here 6:37 and I'm leaving around 6:37. So it's definitely a transition that's different. You know, in college, obviously you have classes, you have other things you have to take care of. So you're not spending as much time at the facility here. It's nonstop football. And then also it's you know, it's a business. So, you know, you have to take care of your business every single day. It's your livelihood now. So you really have to work hard to get better every day to make sure you have a job.
Even though you certainly kept in shape during the lockout, did you sense there was any problem because of the lockout with everybody getting back on the same page?
I think our team did a great job. I think we knew with a new coordinator, with Coach Ryan, and putting in a new defense, we were a little bit behind the eight ball, and we didn't have as much time as we would like with the OTAs in the spring to really learn the defense. But I think we came into camp with a sense of urgency to learn, and I think we maximized every day in camp. I think we've gotten better since day one. I think we've gotten better throughout the year, and I think that's the type of attitude we've taken.
Sean, on the field, you play with that emotion. You have a coordinator in Rob Ryan who certainly is emotional. What's it like to work in an atmosphere where emotion is so much of an important part of what's going on?
He's a coach that encourages emotion, passion. He's a guy who likes to do a lot of different things on defense, but encourages his players. He wants to put you in positions to make plays. You know, and he brings confidence. He's always telling you to go make plays. He's putting you in positions to make plays. And then the meetings we have are a ton of fun. You know, he's teaching, we're learning, but at the same time he's joking. He'll bring a video in every once in a while. I mean, he's a lot of fun to work for, and I think we've responded to him.
I talked earlier about the transition to the NFL. In the end, though, how well did Penn State prepare you for this step of your life?
I wouldn't be where I am today without Penn State, without the coaches, without Coach Paterno, without everything. I mean, I think just the blue-collar, day-to-day work ethic that you learn at Penn State really prepares you for the professional level of getting out there, putting your work in every day, having a sense of urgency about your work. That's something that we really work on at Penn State, and I think that's something that I've used to have success in the NFL.
Michael Motti is now going through a situation similar to yours where he has to sit out after a knee injury, and he walked into the locker room. He said, look, I'm Coach Motti now. Have you had any opportunity to talk to Michael at this stage?
Yeah, I've talked to him a few times, and he's keeping a great attitude. He's an unbelievable kid, a guy who I feel terrible for because he's worked so hard to come back from the one knee. He was playing so well. But at the same point, he knows he can come back from the knee. He's a great athlete. He's shown he can come back even faster than he was before. So for him, it's really a matter of time. I know he's going to put the work in. I know he's down now, but he still has another year at school, and I think he's going to have a long career after he leaves school.
As difficult as it is because you are constantly working and constantly getting ready to play a game, are you still following what's going on at Penn State and the season they're having?
I try to watch as many games as I can. Last week was the first game I really got to sit down and watch against Iowa, and I was really impressed. I thought they did a great job in all aspects of the game. It was a true Big Ten football game, and it looked like a true Penn State team.
For you now, moving forward, are there moments where you do sit back just for a moment and say, it's incredible in my life I'm at this point?
Sure. I mean, I feel blessed every day to still be playing football. To be playing it as a job for me is a dream, and it's a little bit surreal. But at the same point, it's football, and you can't get too hyped up, getting caught up with the NFL and the hype around the NFL. You have to put your work in and concentrate on getting better as a football player. But I love playing for the Cowboys. I love playing football. A big reason why I'm here is because of Penn State, and I definitely miss Penn State. I miss the fans. I miss playing in that stadium. So I've been truly blessed in all situations.
One final question, Sean. You are with a franchise that is a signature franchise. The Dallas Mavericks may have won the NBA championship. That's great. The Dallas Stars at one point have won a Stanley Cup a few years ago. Great. The Texas Rangers are on the verge of another World Series. Yet Dallas, it is the Cowboys, the Cowboys, the Cowboys. What is it like to be in that kind of atmosphere where it is the story every day?
I mean, it's very similar to Penn State. I mean, we have a ton of great sports at Penn State, but when it comes down to it, really, the football program is what people really rally around and love. And, Texas football is a big deal down here, and everybody's Cowboys fans. And you appreciate that, and you try to work hard every day to put a good product on the field, to win games for your fans, because they're out there supporting you. They're coming to all the games, and that's a big deal. So we take a lot of pride in the amount of support we have, and we try to, obviously with the season we had last year, we weren't very proud of that, and we try to make our fans proud.
Sean, as always, an absolute pleasure. We wish you nothing but the best of luck, and to say everyone is proud of you here would be an understatement. Thank you again.
Yep, thanks a lot for having me, Steve. Appreciate it.
We'll come back with more right after this.